so funny how I was just watching this video about a girl named Tatiana V, and I'm watching her hair company story, basically about her brand and what happened to her brand. And so I want to make this video for you guys because it's so crazy how much has happened to me in my life. And also, let's just talk about, like, I mean, business wise, not like just my personal life. I'm talking about business wise. And I would love to do like a sit down conversation like her, as far as, like, you know, with my brand colors and stuff like that too, where I'm at now. But I kind of give you guys a rundown. So if you guys don't know me, this is going to be, I guess, my video about Emo Brat and my business ventures that I've had throughout my life, and just, I guess, the mental space that I may have been in at these points of times in my life. So number one, when I was young, I could sing, y'all. I'm not just a rapper. I can actually sing. I no longer have my voice the way I used to have my voice, because when I transitioned, I got nervous of me having such a lower tone voice that people, you know, that would be pointed out. So I stopped singing and I kind of low key lost my voice. Now, don't get me wrong. I still can sing and I still sound good and I still can hold a note. It just ain't as powerful as it used to be, and I'm working on that right now. So it's okay. Boom. So when I was younger, I used to sing for church. And I don't know if y'all remember back in the days, they used to have these square envelopes that fold down and it had a circle on it. And so I sung for the church so many times, so much, right? For our church. But I was realizing, like, these people getting paid, my pastor getting paid to preach. Why? And the drummer getting paid, the piano player getting paid. I'm gonna need to be paid too for singing, you know? And I asked my mom to take me to Staples, and I went inside of Staples and brought that damn envelope with the little circle thing. And I would walk around the church, and I would walk around and get my own tithes and offering, especially where our church was. There was like this pizza place behind our church. And so that pizza was 10 out of 10. There's no pizza better than their pizza. I'm swearing to y'all. It's there. If I tell y'all where it's at, I hope it's still there. Because whenever I get out there, that's what I've really been craving for too. But their pizza is 10 out of 10. So I would walk around the church after I sung my songs. And I would ask for my own tithes and offering. And that's why I think sometimes God be getting me for my money situation. But it is what it is. You know, I had to hustle, girl. So I've been a real hustler since a baby, okay? And so at an early age, watch this, y'all, my father brought us to his boss's house, which they were a couple, it's called the Kimball's Group, and they had a whole bunch of money. And when we went to their house, I mean, their house was so huge. They had such huge land and all types of stuff going on. And, you know, coming from the hood, when you see certain stuff like that, it makes you think, why are we struggling? A lot of my questions as a child was always, why are we struggling? Like, I didn't understand, why did we have to struggle? My mom had the skills and the talents to decorate, create event space. My father was a person who can build stuff. He was pretty much more financially above my mother. But at the same time, you know, I didn't understand, like, what was the holdup. And then at some point, when I did start understanding what was the holdup, it was a lot of the time too, because I was fighting my own battles and my own demons. I would do bad stuff. Like, I didn't know myself at the time. So I wouldn't say didn't know myself, but I knew something was wrong. So I would do bad stuff in school for, like, attention and stuff like that. I'm glad that I'm no longer like that, but I would do bad stuff. And, you know, my mom's job would get, like, she would have to leave her job to come get me, to come beat me, whatever the case may be. Anyway, so that was like my first little business, okay? I got old enough I would say I got to a certain age, maybe about 14. I've always did little hustles or whatever the case may be. And me and my brother even started a nonprofit organization. I can't remember what age that was, but I remember it was called Be Yourself. And I was so business oriented. Like I have to go around to different companies. Our mom would bring us to different companies, and baby, we was about to start a nonprofit, baby. We really was growing, and we really was doing our thing. We had students. We was getting ready to have students going to training and all types of stuff at an early age. So I've been hustling. I've been bustling and hustling since an early age. Now, I don't really stand for the word hustle because to me, hustling is like a survival mode kind of thing. But grinding, I've been grinding since I was young. Okay. So boom, I finally got my first job, which was working at a hotel. When I was working at that hotel, I was illegally working there. So I would work from 2 in the afternoon to 2 at night. And I would get paid $50 from 2 in the afternoon to 2 at night, as well as serving liquor, as well as event setting up, as well as event taking down. And this was the first job that I would officially say that I worked for someone. And the reason why I needed to work is somebody else was saying they had $50, bitch, what the fuck? And I'm going to tell you, this job taught me a lot to where I am right now. And, you know, I'm not a millionaire or billionaire, but I know how to price myself now. You understand what I'm saying? When I was younger, I would work that job and I would ask him, why are you paying me $50 for hours of work? Like, that don't make sense. Like, I could make $100 walking around church for 2 hours. Okay. And it also taught me about fucked up ass bosses. You understand what I'm saying? People who got money or who's money hungry. I learned a lot dealing with this individual, the guy. And he was like a foreign guy. Like he was Italian, I think. And so he had an Italian accent. So yeah, he pretty much bullshitted me. So up until a point where I was like, I got really interested in doing hair because I would look at girls' hair and I'd be like, damn, don't look at mine right now. I would look at girls' hair and I'd be like, damn, they shit look a mess. I said, I need to learn how to do some hair. Plus, my mom used to do hair. So my mom, even though I was a kid and I was a previous gender, right, she would have me help her to sew her hair in. So I just was kind of already accustomed to understanding what needed to be done, but not like on the experted level. You understand what I'm saying? So I would sew my mom's hair in just to help her because she got the back of her head. She can't do it, you know? So I learned to stitch and sew from her. Now I started saying, Mom, like, I want to learn how to do hair, whatever the case may be. And we ended up being in the right place at the right time. The apartments we lived in, there was a Leo lady named Tawana, and she was our neighbor, and she ended up teaching me how to braid hair. And I told her, like, I want to do hair, but I don't know how to braid hair. So when I started doing hair, well, when she taught me how to braid, I still wasn't that good at it, but I was like, let me try to start getting my first client. You know what I'm saying? Let me try it on someone else, like not a damn mannequin. I need to try this on a person so I can understand for real and get real feedback. So I decided to take my very first client, which was a Hispanic girl with hair like this. Not black people hair. She had hair like this, okay? And so when I took her, I only charged her $25 to do her hair. And around this time in my life, this is when a lot of people kept picking and I was in high school and they were picking with me, okay? So, and I'm not saying I'm pick with a bow, bitch, but a lot of people was picking with me because of my sexual preference, not because of anything else. So people would come up with like lies. Tracy, a girl from Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut, she would come up with bullshit and lies. And then this other girl named Cece, they ended up getting me expelled because they had this boy walk up to me and punch me in my shit. Bitch, fuck all them hoes, okay? From Connecticut, okay? minus the ones that know that I actually fuck with them. Fuck all them hoes. And I've even had them try to reach out to me years later. Hey, bitch, hey, what? Fuck is you talking about, bitch? The beef is still going, girl. Like, fuck out my fucking face. What you talking about? Anyway, like I was saying, and yeah, like I was saying, so I started doing hair, and I charged this girl $25, and when I charged her that, she came over. I did the braids. They were loose. I know they were loose. I knew because I didn't know how to braid. And then on top of it, I didn't understand this hair texture. I didn't. I just tried. And I told her, I said, I don't really know how to braid like that. I'm going to do the best that I possibly can. I said, but, you know, if it does come out, just hit me up. Let me know. I'll try my hardest to fix it because, you know, this is my first time doing somebody's hair. I know how to sew some hair in. I didn't know how to braid. So I did her hair maybe about a week later. I wake up out my sleep and there's a post on Facebook talking about dead name, did my hair, and my shit is slipping out, taking pictures and all types of clout chasing ass bitch. And she know who she is. And I really still never forgave you for that. But, you know, she follows me on social media and watches my stuff, and I really don't give a damn. But clout chase, you know, kind of running my name through the mud, basically. So I woke up to a post with like 300 likes on it of her pretty much violating me. People who all up in my face every day was up under this post talking shit about me. Like, I mean, nonstop. We got hoods trying to jump me. Now motherfuckers is taking this post because I hang with the east side, but I live on the west side now. Motherfuckers is talking about I said something about this and that person, which I never said anything about anybody. Now I got the whole hood trying to jump me. One hood trying to jump me. Got the next hood trying to jump me. Bro, it's like, it was just like the way they was going so hard. But let me tell y'all something. People don't bother nobodies. All of these years of my life, I had to realize this one thing. People don't bother nobodies. People treated me like a celebrity all my life. And in that process, I didn't understand that the treatment they were giving me was celebrity treatment. So I would think that they were trying to mentally tear me down. Now I understand that all the attention that I got, because people don't give nobody's attention. People don't bother nobody's. All this attention I got was for people to try to make me not realize who the fuck I am. And literally they were showing me who the fuck I am. But anyways, I digress. This is not about that right now. But I will say this. They vandalized my name so bad. But what she didn't know, even though she had half of the hood wanting to fight me, half of the state, over $25. Bum bitch shit. Like bum bitch shit. $25. Even though she did that, you know, in life, they always have this thing where they say good attention or bad attention, all attention is good attention, okay? So she really ended up setting me up to have maybe like 10, 20 more clients out of the 300 people who was violating me. But I'm the type of person, I'm not a fan of confrontation. I might look tough, and I am tough when I need to be tough. Like, I shoot if I need to shoot. I'll stab if I need to stab. I'll beat your ass if I need to. And I'll go ballistics if I need to. But, you know, I'm not a at the time, I didn't really also know my strength at that time, like what I could really do, because I really wasn't like a everyday fighter. Like, you know, there's some people that fight every day, all day. I wasn't an everyday fighter. So what I would used to do is I would read the comments and I would screenshot them. And then the next day, I would screenshot everybody comment that was talking about me. And the next day, people would turn around and try to talk to me. And bitch, I would walk right on past their ass. Bitch, don't play with me, huh? Like, you just was sitting up on there just talking mad shit. I would just be screenshotting everything. Like I had every comment. It was some people that I would open my phone and show them their comment. And they'd be like, oh, I didn't mean that. No, you did. Stop talking to me. Okay? Anyways, started doing hair. She ended up getting me some more customers. That situation was another thing. Sometimes in life, you need something to set fire under your ass. If you're comfortable, if you're a procrastinator, sometimes you need to get around something or have a situation happen to you that'll set some fire up under your ass. I said, no one in this whole entire world will ever make me feel like she made me feel when she posted that post and had all them people trying to get me for $25. And I told you, girl, I didn't know how to do hair fully yet. Like, what? I could see if you spent $600 on an install, bitch, you spent $25. Had niggas trying to hound me for $25. But anyway, shit was the craziest, but it set fire to my ass, and I needed that to happen because she made me make a promise to myself that anything I do, no matter what I do, or especially at the time when I was doing hair, I would never have nobody make me feel like she made me feel. Like, and how she made me feel was like fucked up. Like, and I'm like, I told you, I dead told her that I just started doing hair. So this situation set me up for some bullshit, but I still ended up doing a couple people here. I made some more money, and it came to a point when I started getting really good. My mom said, listen, bitch, you're going to have to raise your price up. Like, you getting better, you know what I'm saying? And you can't just be doing hair for $25, $50, $60, $75. It's just not going to work. You need to be charging your value and your worth and your time. And so when my mom said that, I immediately jumped my prices up to $125, $150, $200, whatever the case may be. And I started getting better. And I think also, too, when you getting paid more for your time, I feel like you get better anyways. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you force yourself to get, it's like a force. Like, if I was to get paid $10,000 to do somebody here, bitch, you wouldn't even see the lace. You wouldn't even know it's a lace. You wouldn't even know I did their hair. Bitch, you wouldn't even know a curl. I had to curl that bitch. Like, you wouldn't even know. You see what I'm saying? Money make you do better. I don't know why. And then you able to buy better tools, better products, better shit, and you get to experience better moments and talk to people, whatever. Money just changes a lot. So I started getting really, really good at doing hair. Then this is when I started to transition around this time, because I was doing hair. And I was so good at doing hair, bitch, I would look at people's scalp. Like, I would go under their sew-ins and, like, look at their braids. I would ask random strangers, can I look under your braids, like, under your sewing? Not to be offensive, but I just really want to see how your braid pattern and everything is set down. I said, I'm trying to learn how to become a hairstylist, and I really want to know. And right now, this is, like, the only thing I know to do. And YouTube, at the time, it just gave African hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen someone with a really cute install, I would always ask them to see their hair. So I did a couple people here, y'all. I started making money. It started getting better. I started doing a stock. This lady, one of my friends, Armani, his aunt was in stock. And that lady would make $10,000 a month in stock. You understand what I'm saying? And so she was like one of my high-end clients. And she paid me good money, but I had to stand there for fucking hours doing her hair. And, like, if a track was off, like, I was forced to learn how to do hair really well, because the clients that I started dealing with, they put me in, bitch, they made me have to do it. So, you know, I'm still learning my own look for myself in my own hair. Because I even went through, y'all, if you see how my hair used to look before, but I used to do the shit out of other people's hair, not my own hair, though. But now I'm getting a little bit better. Like I said, right now I'm in some chill mode shit, so don't mind. But I'm getting better, and I'm finding my look for my hair. So, anyways, I did hair for a long time. That's around the time I started transitioning. And I started making about $2,000 a week doing hair. Like, I was making $2,000 a week doing hair, okay? So imagine me being 15, making about $2,000 in a week doing hair. Of course, you have them up weeks, them down weeks, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't really, I didn't really pay no mind. I just kept doing it. So I ended up leaving. This is when I was still doing hair, but I ended up getting a job at Sonic Dining and Drive after. I ended up getting a job somewhere else, and then I ended up getting a job at Chipotle. I can't remember the middle job that I got, but I got a job at Chipotle. So Chipotle is where I started transitioning. So low-key, I started dressing more feminine a little more, and I started, just indulging more. I deleted my Facebook for like a whole year so I can start my preparation for my transition. So at this point, I lost that job at Chipotle, which I didn't know was discrimination at the time, and I could have sued. But I lost that job because everything was fine. I never had no issues at the job. I finally came in, and I'm excited because I found out about hormones and stuff like that. And I told my boss at Chipotle, in Chipotle, that I am going to transition. The next day I lost my job. So that was really, he had no reason. He never gave me a reason. He just said, oh yeah, we're just going to be moving forward with other people, which was a perfect example of, it was because I told him I'm trans, because before he never had no issues. So boom, that was like my final job in Connecticut. And then I ended up moving to New York. So I still would do hair from time to time when I first landed in New York. But remember, I was in a homeless shelter. I was transitioning. So it was really about me moment right then and there. But I would do hair here and there. And, then I ended up, fast forward a year and some change later, I went to jail. Then about a few months later, I got my own place. Then I, boom, 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 started doing hair again. So now I'm in New York, breading it out, bitch. Like, I'm making money. So I did hair maybe for a cool 4 years when I was in New York, right? 4 or 5 years, maybe about 6, 7. No, yeah, about six years in New York. So I was making money. So boom, 2020 comes. 2019, the pandemic starts, or 2020, bitch, whatever one of them years, it kick in. Girl, so I had money from money that I already was saving up. So I had about $20,000 in stock, in investments, like stock investments, because I would take the money that my customers would give me because I didn't pay any rent, and I would just put it in the stock. So I had about $20,000 in stock. Then but I never touched the money. I would act broke. Like, I would just be like, oh no, I ain't had no money. Then this was around the time my mother passed away from the car accident. And I want to make a video about that. That's probably going to be the next video I make, because I have footage and stuff that I want to share, but I'm nervous too about. So if y'all want to hear about that, comment below. Then I had money from her passing, which was 2 insurance things, 2 of her insurance things, which boosted me up to maybe about a good, cool $60,000. And then I had backdated money on unemployment that I didn't get. And then on top of it, they raised the amount for the damn COVID shit. So I ended up getting about a good $40,000 from them. So that was cool. I was pushing it, okay? I had money. And then I was still doing hair. So I was making money even on the daily. You know how they say at least bringing $300 and some a day? I was doing that. So I still had a good amount of money. But of course, when you come from not knowing money, or not knowing how to use money, or never having money before, you don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I didn't, because I've always been a businesswoman, but having money and not knowing where to put money to make money multiply is called investments. And I did not know where to invest to multiply. So I had no money management skills, no money management knowledge. No money management, nothing. No financial knowledge at all. I just knew, bitch, when I get money, I can get whatever I want, do what I want, and that's it. It was like money would burn a hole in my pocket, bitch. The minute I had enough money to go do something, I was going to go do it. And so I would go get my nails done every 2 weeks. I'd be spending $200, $300 on nails. I would be getting $1,000 wigs, buying clothes. I done did a $15,000 shopping spree. Dumbass became a friend with this fake ass bitch, Lauren. Fat fuck bitch, but wish her well. But anyway, became friends with this fake bitch. I ended up giving this bitch $5,000. I done had a bitch steal $100 from me. Just no knowledge, having a bank account with all of this money in it. And I was investing into credit. I was invested into stock at the time, but not, you know what I'm saying? Not really nothing. I really wasn't making no heavy movement at the time. So that money was just getting spent. I went to Atlanta. I went to LA. Not to LA. I went to California. I went to I was sleeping in the high end hotels. You know what I'm saying? Staying up in the top, not the top rooms, but you know what I'm saying, like staying up. I wish somebody would have told me what I know today. You know what I'm saying, at the time, but I don't regret it because I needed to make those mistakes. And I never forget, this one man years ago told me, Taylor, when I had that money, he said, Taylor, when you have money like this, you don't ever want to go back to where you were. And I said, yeah, sure, but here goes my poverty mindset speaking at that time. Yeah, sure, but if I didn't get the stuff I always wanted in life, then I need to get the stuff that I always wanted in life so that I just, boom. So, which is very true. I think everybody fucks off their first bag unless you really stop for a moment and try to really sit on that shit and really think what you gonna do through, or go get some mentors or actual financial advice or advisory. Okay, so I didn't understand anything about that. I'm living in the Bronx, in the hood at the time. I ain't paying no rent. The state paying my rent. I got over $100,000 in my account. So I'm taking trips. I'm blowing money like it's Frito-Lay, bitch. I'm blowing money and the funny thing is, I'm not even blowing money where money's supposed to be blown. Once you reach that level of money, you're supposed to be blowing that bitch on some Louis Pucci baton, and I'm still buying Jordans. Bum shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bum shit. I'm out here buying Jordans and still shopping on Shein, and Shein wasn't even out at the time. But you get what I'm saying, bitch. I was buying, what that damn store is, what's that store that was real popular at the time? Fuck. It's still popular, but it ain't as popular. But anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Bitch, figure it out if you don't. I ain't even buying no Louis, Gucci, Bucci. I got $1,000 hair in my head, though. I did. I had that $1,000. I had them $200-$300 long ass nails. Bitch, I was doing it, and the outfits was tea a little bit at the time. You know what I'm saying? I really started getting in my bag. I started going out. Bitch, I was really, and this actually, and I'm gonna just tell you, as a rapper, this actually is this is how you build a fan base. Your music career is 20% of your music. This taught me that too. When I was showcasing it, I was living it up. Nails done, hair done, going out, boom, boom, boom. I just had so much attention on me. And guess what? That attention wasn't because they was proud that a bitch had money. They was really sitting there like, when this money gonna be done? Girl, they wasn't happy for a bitch. Because watch this. We be buying stuff to impress people who don't even give a damn about us. Who don't care about us. Like, if we fell off today, Not near one of the people who was sending them hearts and sending me comments of you cute, ooh, love your nails, ooh, you out, ooh, I should try that. They never were the people that I could turn back to and ask for some help, okay? So don't do shit for people who really don't like you. Buy shit for people who don't really care for you, okay? And you be wasting your time. Anyways, to impress people for what? Impress yourself. Now, if you buying shit for you, yeah. But I guess, I was just new to money. So, I never had that huge amount of money in my hand before. And so what I did was, by the time I hit about $60,000, I called my dad. And I said, Dad, but the money lasted me. It didn't last me like for 100. They say typically money go fast, especially like 100,000. But for 100,000, I made that bitch last for like 2 years. So by the time I got to my $60,000 mark, and this is when I had a lot of realization within music and everything. Like, y'all remember I dropped my EP. I paid $3,000 for that EP. I posted it. It did over 50,000 plays on social media for 6 songs. And the only amount of money I got back was $25 for $3,000 that I spent on that EP. Studio time, artwork, paying for beats. Hello? Mixing and mastering from 3 different people, all of this shit that I was doing. And transportation, I lived in New York, so I'm Ubering everywhere, bitch, like, and then I had people around me, so you're buying them stuff, because they bums, and they ain't got it, and it's just like $3,000 into a whole project that turned out to give me $25 to this day, okay? So I had to realize, had some realizations within my music. I was like, wait, I just skipped over here too. I'm gonna get back into here. But here's before I started this part, okay? The music aspect. I'm explaining everything. So I'm actually on track. So I started realizing, damn, bitch, like I'm out here I can make 500 songs and eventually make 500 songs and blow up from one of the songs and then turn around and get a big contract deal or some money. And I still don't understand how to maintain my money. And I'm going to end up broke again. So I'm at the $60,000 mark. And I was like, wait, I've been doing this shit all wrong. I'm not supposed to be. Bitch, I was supposed to take that money, put that shit in credit, buy some real estate, put some in stock, put some in the SPF, put some in a high yield saving, open an insurance plan, pay that shit down for about umpteenth amount of years. Girl, the plane flying over my head. You see my pussy? Yay! But, so, you know what I'm saying? Putting that money, it's so many things that I could have did. Like, a Roth IRA, open up an actual like, I opened up a business. I did do that, but I didn't open it up legally, and I didn't do it the right way. Because I didn't know the right way. I just knew, even with all the money I was making, all of that shit was just going into my personal account. So, boom. That's when it dawned, bitch, I need to open up a business. Which you really don't need to open up a business. But I did that because that's the only thing I could think of. I'm doing hair, making music. And I opened up a bundles company. That's when Tokyo A Mink Bundles evolved, okay? So Tokyo A Mink Bundles, I had took $7,000 out of that last $60,000 and I ordered hair, $7,000 worth of hair. And so I started selling hair. I was promoting it. I got it hyped. Mind you, my rack is what's getting it hyped because it's a lot of women following me and interacting with my music. A lot of trans girls, a lot of men, a lot of gay men, and all types of straight men. I was getting so much interaction. And this is important too. You know how they say branding is important? It is. And I didn't know that until this happened. Because when you build a fan base, building a reach of people to know who you are, that's the way you can sell anything you want as fast as you want. Like, some people start businesses and think they not making any sales. It's just they didn't build the reach. They built backwards. You trying to sell a product before you build the people who then you also do a survey on from your posting your content and kind of gauge their lifestyle and the things that they go by. Why would you be trying, if you know someone goes to Louis and Gucci and Prada and YSL and Balenciaga every day, why would you be trying to sell them cheap stuff? Or a cheap service or cheap product? I'm not saying everybody could get a good deal regardless of how much money you want, but typically if they made it that far into success, quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to sell nobody no bullshit that has a whole bunch of money. You're just not going to do that. And if you do, you're a good manipulator and a good gift gabber. You know what I'm saying? Or you might just have some good shit. But, yeah, so I started, but someone who's like a more cheap and affordable, you can sell them anything at a low price. You're not going to get bougie money, but you're going to get a whole bunch of clients, but you're also going to get a lot of problems. Because the cheaper the person is, or the lower you charge, the more problems. The less money, the more problems. That's really the saying. People say the more money, the more problems, but you have the most problems with people who are cheap ass motherfuckers, okay? So I was dealing with cheap ass motherfuckers because I didn't know better. I didn't know how to price myself for real. I didn't know all of this. So I didn't know branding the way I do now. So, girl, I would sell these people, you know what I'm saying, hair, and the box finally came. It took about 2-3 weeks for that box to come. But when I got that box was sold by week 1. That box was sold. I had 3 bundles left by week 2. So all that money that I made, I didn't know. When you're making this money, reinvest. But something in my mind clicked, like, okay, I made all this money. Let me take this money that I made and put it back into the business again. But again, I didn't really understand that. I just kind of tried to Google, YouTube some stuff. But I just, again, a lot of shit was Charlie Brown to me. So I took a little bit of the money and I reinvested it back, which I should have took the whole thing and reinvested again. But hey, you live, you learn. So that $7,000, the way I priced it and how fast, like I was doing install deals with it. So I flipped that $7,000 to about $30,000, like very close to about $30,000. So, and people like, damn, I should sell here. I've heard people say, damn, I should sell here. Yeah, because I'm telling you, like, you get some hair, you price that bitch right, and you give it to them at a good price, plus they getting the install, plus boom, boom, boom. I made a cool, then I did a giveaway and all types of shit. So, it was really good. Like, I was buzzing. Like, I could have really taken that hair company really far. But here's the thing. Nobody told me at the time, Taylor, now that you're selling hair, stop doing hair. No one said to me, the same amount of money you're making doing hair, you make doing nothing selling hair. All you got to do is package the shit and either bring it to the damn post office or bring it downstairs to the people when they come. And it's typically take them about 2-3 hours to come anyway. Same amount of money you making doing installs is the same amount of money you could be making. So I was making wigs, doing installs, selling hair. And at the time, I just got into understanding the bundle game, like the hair game. I didn't understand nothing about a full lace wig. I just knew about bundles. Like, I knew about closures, bundles, and I know some people have frontals, so I was able to sew it in. But I didn't know frontal wigs and full lace wigs existed. I didn't know about those. So when I went and brought bundles, I just went and bought bundles, not wigs. See, now I ain't even gonna give y'all my game like that. But now I would do it totally different. Anyway, so I sold a lot and I ordered the second box of hair, and then I started ordering like little small things like people would request. Because honestly, then I started paying attention. Like, I didn't have certain hair for certain people. So basically, I started kind of like taking requests, And I then got overwhelmed. So by month 3, I quit everything when it came to doing hair. I said, oh, I'm experiencing burnout real bad. Doing hair, rapping, boom, 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 just doing too much. I just quit. I closed the company. Okay, so boom, the money that I had made, I pretty much stretched it out for the next 2 years plus the money I already had. But what I did was I called my father when I got, like I said, to the 60,000 mark, and I said, Dad, what can I do with my money? And here was another pivotal moment in my life. I said, I have about $60,000 left. What do you think that I can do with my money to make it grow? Like, I want to buy a house and get a car and some stuff like that, and boom, boom, boom. But I really want to make it grow. And my father at the time is the only person that I knew had some stability. He always had a car. He always had a fucking place to live. So, I wouldn't ask my mom that because, we always had ups and downs. But I asked him that. And so basically he goes and says, oh, he's Jamaican, y'all. So he said, oh, no, I don't know. Basically, he's saying, I don't know. He said, save it and send me some. So when you don't know better, you can't do better. So what did I do? I saved some and I sent him some. And I pretty much lived off of that money for a while because I wasn't working, nor was I not doing here. I wasn't taking clients or nothing anymore. So I was living off of that money. Girl, that money taught me something. When I did what I did, quit that business, close that business, and save some and sent him some, I learned that every day is a rainy day. You got to eat, buy food, clothes, hygiene, emergencies pop up, bills. That money just gets snatched right out your hand like this. So, y'all, I literally had so much money, and then about 2 years down the line, like, all that money is pretty much gone. And only honestly valuable thing I did for real was realize who I could become. And that I could be a great artist, but I need to be a great businesswoman too. Which started my quest to where I'm at today. And this quest for me, I started learning about credit. I don't know why God led me to think about credit, but I'm telling y'all that credit is the thing that I've experienced to understand. You can make $200 at a job, $1,000, $200 to $1,000, about $2,000, and invest that in repairing your credit, boosting your credit score, and building a stronger profile. And in turn of doing that, the bank is willing to give you money based off of your score and your profile. If your profile is really strong, the bank will give you over $50,000. And then, if you got a weak profile, you can still build that profile up to get you even the more money. And I said, I should have been taking all of this money I ever made and putting this shit into my credit. Because credit, every good thing, Walmart right now, and I can go show you guys, research it for yourself. Type in how much debt is Walmart in. Walmart is in about 70-something billion dollars in debt. But if you go see how much, then you type in how much is Walmart worth. Walmart value, how much they have in money, is over $700 billion. So that should tell you debt is not a bad thing. You have to go in debt as long as you're using debt to multiply and make more money, make investments, make it double, triple your money. And see, when I say investments, You don't want to just have short-term investments. You want to have long-term investments as well, not just one or the other. Short-term investments will be, I open up a hair company and I'm making at least 300 and some odd dollars a day from selling bundles. Long-term investments is, I have a property that I'm renting out to people over and over and over and over again. I have stock that I'm investing into over and over and over again. I have an insurance policy, a whole life, not a term, but a whole life insurance policy where I can pull money from while I'm alive and when I die. And that's income tax free. And get loans, and loans are tax free. And we're spending our hard-earned money, and we're building this hate relationship towards money, because when you spend your money that you work so hard for, internally you feel bad, which you're telling money that, don't trust me, I feel ashamed when I spend you, and money says, okay, let me run away from you. Then you wonder why money doesn't come to you. But when you spend, let's think about Christmas and your family, you open that card and or whatever, somebody gave you money out of nowhere and put it in your hand. That could be $5,000. You blew it with no actual emotion to it, because you were in an abundant state, because you didn't actually have to put work into it for it. So it didn't bother you that you spent it. Okay? So, boom. I get to educate myself on credit real bad. I get to educate myself on credit real bad. I started off with getting a self account. Never would do that again. But I'll tell y'all, for those who may not understand credit yet, that's a good place to start. I wouldn't do it again, because you want to get bigger loans, right? I would tell y'all to go to creditstrong.com. Credit Strong has huger loans. Self only puts $2,500. You want to get like $25,000, $30,000 reporting, and let them see you're paying that down. And you want to pay. I'll give y'all one of my secrets, but I ain't gonna give it. Should I give it? I should give it. No. Pay that bitch down at least for 6 to 12 months. They're going to give you a 24-month term, but those credit builders by law are supposed to, because they're credit builders, even if you close your account, they're supposed to report to your credit paid in full. So at least 6 to 12 months of consistency in payments, and it'll make your credit look stronger, like you consistent in payments. You get that, I'm telling you, like, I had to learn these little things, and so then it started me investing into myself as far as understanding finances. So I invested a lot of my time. Look at this. Everything is there's a lot of currency. You got credit, that's currency. Cash, that's currency. Time, currency. Relationships is currency. Beauty is currency. Your mental knowledge that you know is currency, okay? And also your relationship with God, that's just number one currency, okay? So that's currency. These things are currency. And when you missing one thing, you have to use one of your currencies to get you there. Whether if you're missing money, you got to use either beauty to get you some money. You got to use knowledge to get you some money. You got to use credit to get you some money. You have to use time to get you some money. And if you have money, that speeds everything up. Okay? So I had money, but I just started spending money to pretty much learn what I needed to do. I took my very first flight, which was the best thing that I could have did, because it made me not afraid to travel the way I do now. You know what I'm saying? I never took a flight, never been on a plane before, all types of shit like that. But this is my first time. So boom. I then, like I said, started growing and learning more about finances. Of course, it wasn't as fast as someone who already had knowledge in finances. So what was I still doing? Making mistakes. What do I still kind of do right now sometimes? Make mistakes. Why? Because I'm still educating myself. Am I better? Yes. We're 6 years better now. Financially. Am I understanding what to do with my money now? Oh, hell yeah. Like, am I understanding where money should go, how to save now? Because for a couple years, I didn't save either. And that's why when I would hit rock bottom, I would hit rock bottom bad, because Remember, I told y'all my dad said save some. So I resented that, the whole ideal of saving money too. Like, I would take my money and I would make big investment ideas, just invest, 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 and not save and put some cushion under my cushion for them days that ain't gonna be no good. I didn't understand that. So I would be spending and spending and spending and investing, which I would make some profit. But again, when you're starting new business ideas and stuff like that, some is gonna win and some is gonna fail. Really, that's the truth. And I didn't understand that. So I would make so many mistakes, but those mistakes were needed to be made to got me to the point where I am now. I'm pretty much a lot more better. I wouldn't say the best, but I'm a lot more better with understanding finances, investments, and I'm still learning. I'm actually starting tomorrow my bachelor's degree in business finance, and I will be taught personal finance and more, and how to be a better leader and all types of stuff like this in communications and all types of stuff in marketing and all of that in my bachelor's degree. So I'm explaining to y'all that I'm in real estate school, you know what I'm saying? And watching her video, basically to go back to the beginning, made me want to tell my story, right? Where my financial issues was not the best, and I'm still building. Y'all can see, I'm not living on top of the world, but I'm getting better, But what I'm saying is, I am headed towards the direction of becoming a multi-billionaire. And not a millionaire, but a multi-billionaire. And with great power comes great work, great respect, great mistakes, great power. Not only just great power, but great mistakes. I don't think you have to make mistakes, because that's not true. You don't really necessarily have to make mistakes, but you make mistakes. And those mistakes make you think those mistakes are tearing you down, but those mistakes are building you up. Realizing the people that you're associating yourself with is tearing you down as well. Realizing the conversations you're listening to and the people you have around you and their negative energy or whatever the case may be could be tearing you down too. When you tell a broke person your vision, because they don't understand what it is to take a leap of faith or take a risk, they're going to always doubt your vision. They're going to always doubt your dream. But when you tell someone who's done big things in their life, made the mistake, or may have never made a mistake, but did the big thing in life, they're gonna congratulate you. That is an amazing idea, And I actually hope that you continue to keep doing your thing. You talk to somebody who's a broke bum, they tell you, oh, I don't think you should do that. You should just get you a job. When you gonna get you a job? Get you a job, because that's what the average human being thinks about, working a damn job. I'm not saying I despise jobs. I'm not saying, but I'm at a place, yes, mentally, where if I know that I'm going to become a millionaire or a billionaire, my mind, I'm not saying I'm too good to do stuff, but you get to it. You have to tell yourself, I am too good for a job. I am deserving of abundance life, and not deserving, but I am living in an abundance life, and I am, you know what I'm saying? I am paid to exist. I am paid to just be here. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta sell a product to nobody. Of course, that's a way of making money, but that's not the only way. I can become married to a billionaire. I can do, you see what I'm saying? It's many of ways you can go about it, as long as you align yourself with the person, align with yourself mentally with the person you believe you're supposed to be. Because I am who God says I am. And the world wants, God embeds the wealth and the riches and the mindset of power in the inside of you, in that light, and you end up associating yourself with bums, or being raised in an environment that you can't control at the time because you're young, and you think poverty is the way to go, and in all actuality, it's not. Working a job is not the only way to make some money. If you really want a true breakthrough Walking by faith is like literally not knowing what'll happen tomorrow. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow. But I do know one day I can be at 0 and the next day I can be at 1,000,000. Because when you walk by faith, faith is an unlimited amount of source. Walking by God's faith and having faith in him and seeking him first. This is when I started understanding the Bible fully. When you seek him first and put him ahead of everything, all things, not some, he didn't say some, he said all things will be added unto you, right? And so trusting and believing when he says move or do this or do that, in the obedience will open doors that you can never even, that a human being or your circumstances your particular circumstances, you wouldn't even think could get you that door open. Because you're not God. He said, for I know, not mommy, daddy, sister, and brother. He said, for I know the plans that I have for you, the plans to prosper you and not to harm you. I know. No one else could tell you. That's why, honestly, when he gives you the vision, it's no reason to tell nobody. And the reason why you really don't want to be telling people the vision of what you're doing and what you're going to accomplish, one, because you got evil eye, but secondly, you don't want to tell people your vision because guess what happened? A lot of the times, your mental will think that you completed the vision when you're telling people what you're going to be doing. And you ain't even get it started yet. Don't tell people. Like, I can tell y'all now, I waited this whole time to tell y'all I'm getting ready to get my bachelor's degree, that I think I'm the first person within my immediate family, as far as me, my brother, my mom, my father, that's going to college. Am I nervous? Yes. Am I excited? Yes. Is it something new? Yes. Am I going to do something that I actually really want to learn more about? Yes. Is it going to help me along the way to build the thing that I'm trying to build? Yes. And no matter what odds may come against me, will I stay consistent in it? Yes. Will I let anything or anyone try to stop me from achieving it? No. Will I be a winner? Yes. Will I have that degree in the next 4 years? Yes. In my hand? Yes. Will it be easy? I pray it gets easy. Yeah, it comes natural to me. I pray that it comes really natural to me. Because it's already natural to me. Because I am already a graduate, a bachelor's graduate. I am already having a billion. Let me rephrase my words. I already have $1 billion business. Not a million. I said $1 billion, a multi-billion-dollar business. I am successful. I am life. I am light. I am gorgeous. I am traveling. I am living the life that is designed specifically for me of abundance. I am in the land of milk and honey. And no matter who may watch this video or whatever energy or entity may pray against it, no weapon form can be formed against the things that is already written in stone. Nothing can be written. Nothing can be destroyed that's already written in stone. So this is what I'm saying. You have to become the person. Be, do, have. Be doing the things you want to have. Become the person by doing the thing that you want to have. My mentor Myron Goldman said that. Be, do, have. Be, do, have. If you don't have the thing you want, you must be doing what you want to have. And that's what I've had to learn. So running businesses, and y'all see me now, I'm still developing my actual main business right now. And this also plays a part of why I'm in school and stuff like that. But, it really sparked me to make this video about my financial situation. And like I said, right now, money is flowing its way to me abundantly and unstoppably. Like, money loves me. Money knows that I know what to do with it. The chain that has been locked in on my financial situation for the past 10 years is now broken. That money just like loves to see me because it knows I know what to do with it. It knows that I love to give it to the right people who really truly need it. I know how to disperse it with comfort, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of any amount. It could be up in the billions, the trillions, and the millions, and the 100,000s, and the thousands, and the hundreds, and the single dollars, and even in the coins. It knows I'm not afraid of it. So I'm abundant. And everything that I do moving forward, and everything I have been doing since I've realized these things about myself, is that people try to make me forget who I am, who God said I am. Because I am who He says I am. I am not who people say I am. We get into this world and we forget who we are. And we start living in lack. And I don't live like that no more. Like I said, right now I'm not as dolled up as I want to be, because I've been chilling. But I don't live in lack. So get ready. Your blessings is coming, and my blessings is coming. My blessings has already arrived, but your blessings is coming, and be grateful and learn to make better choices. Your choice that you make today, think about 90 days from now, how it will change your life or how it will ruin your life. Okay. Love y'all.